Hey, hello everybody, this is Purge, and I'm bringing you guys a procast of Dare versus Virtus.Pro for Star Series. I'm going to be doing this one solo today. It's too early, everybody's still at work and stuff. So, this is Dare's new lineup. They were just pretty much formed here. They are a mix of ex-DTS with Dare, and I think this gives Dare a shoe-in, actually, to the Gosu League, at least for the next season. I don't know if they're going to be able to keep their current standings, but they weren't doing that bad in the Gosu League. But currently there are Art Style, God, M. Those are three very talented players. And then we have 333, which is Go Black, and F, which is Funnick, I believe. So pretty much the best players from DTS now joining the best players from Dare, arguably the best players from Dare. NS, obviously. Actually, well, it's not very factual. Both NS and Santa and the third one. I can't remember for some reason. Old Dare had very, very talented lineup, but they just didn't quite get along with Art Style's picking style, so they have been disbanded. Now they're mostly Ukrainian, which is why I give them a Ukrainian flag. So they have 4 Ukrainians and 1 Russian, which is God, and they're up against Virtus.Pro, who's actually their old teammates now. I totally forgot about that fact. Dread is the third, who just looked over there and been like, oh, duh, their old teammates are over there on the opposite team, so it is for Virtus.Pro, NS, Aizen, Santa, Kuroki, and Dread. Also a very talented and stacked team. This is going to be an awesome game, actually. Really should be a really sweet game. So, first pick is going to be a Nature's Prophet. Artstyle banned out a Darkseer, a Broodmother, as well as an Enigma. The Dire team Virtus.Pro banning out tons of jungling heroes, like Enchant with an Enchant. So, they get 2 drafts now. We'll see what they go for. Might be... Sorry, I forgot to go offline. People are going to spam me with them invites so that they can be on stream for a second. But Virtus.Pro is going to go for a Leshrac with an Invoker. Both very strong heroes. Probably we'll see Kuroki playing that Invoker. He played Invoker the last time that Virtus.Pro ended up drafting the hero, so I expect to see something very similar here. Oops. Had to fix my webcam a little bit. Sorry about that. I have it sitting on a box of tea, so I had to actually move it today for once. And Dare's going to go for a Shadow Demon as well as a Brewmaster. Interesting choices. So, Disruption obviously sets up a lot of ganks. I've actually seen some really great Disruption uses in the last couple days, but not to mention the fact that DTS actually drafted Shadow Demon all the time. They were totally happy to do so. So maybe that's some of their desire leeching through to the picks there, but either way, Shadow Demon can be very, very effective, especially against a tanky hero. Soul Catcher is excellent towards really increasing the damage that you're taking. Same thing goes for Invoker, helping to kill Invoker, disrupt into Soul Catcher into Demonic Purge with a Dust is a dead Invoker, most likely. So, definitely a lot of really, really good possibilities with that hero. Currently, they don't have the most reliable, easy-to-gank disables because Brewmaster kind of relies on his ulti to be really useful. Nature's Prophet can gank very well, though, so they have some viability there. And the last pick for Virtus.Pro in the first round is going to be a Windrunner. So, just in time. Yes. Okay. So, second round bans is what we're looking for next. Dare gets to go first. They're going to pick up a Tidehunter or ban a Tidehunter. Virtus.Pro is looking for a team fight hero, most likely, possibly a support. That would have been a perfect pick for them. They already have the Leshrac up, but Leshrac more likely than not to grab farm in his lane. Sometimes we see a support Leshrac, but it's not all that common, and you need farm at some point with Leshrac. You can't always just go for... You can't just be like a ward bitch, like a typical Crystal Maiden or a Vengeful Spirit or something like that. You have to, at some point, get farm up. So, some of the poorest Leshracs I've seen usually just stack bracers with power treads and maybe get a BKB if they're rich, but I expect to see them actually put farm on this Leshrac, most likely. Now, the next ban from Virtus.Pro is going to be a Death Prophet. It's going to give them some good creep wave clearing, some strong soul made possibilities, and obviously Exorcism is also very good. Last time I saw Death Prophet get played, though, was by Navi, and they ended up losing that game, surprisingly, to a very close set. Last ban from Dare is going to be a Venomancer, which would obviously give Virtus.Pro some very good counter push, not that they don't already have that, of course. I mean, they have an Invoker, they have a Windrunner. If Leshrac grabs Lightning, they'll have that as well. So right now, Arcel definitely wants to try to shut down as much counter push that they're going to have as possible. He might grab more pushing heroes. There aren't a whole lot left over. Enigma's out of the pool, obviously. Venomancer's gone. All those junglers are gone. Death Prophet is gone. So all the heroes that are getting banned are pretty much pushers. Team fight and pushing. That's actually all of them here. Lycan obviously major pushing, Shen Enchant major pushing, Death Prophet has some good pushing. Enigma, I guess the only team fight heroes that are banned that don't have pushing is pretty much Tidehunter and the Darkseer. Everybody else is all about pushing, so that is definitely the way the metagame is still kind of growing this recently. We'll see if we see a maybe could see something like a Night Stalker draft by somebody here. Wouldn't be too surprised about that one. It's a little bit more at Moscow 5 style, but I know Croaky likes playing that hero at least, or at least I saw him playing it in the past quite a bit. Dare does have the Shadow Demon though, which does provide some nasty options against Night Stalker. Soul Catcher, obviously, any tanky hero has to worry about that. But Disruption really buys you time. If somebody's about to die, you disrupt them. Or if they get majorly stunned, you disrupt them. And then the enemy team stands around for 2.5 seconds. They're like, what do we do? Who are we going to attack next? How should we fill our downtime here? So it always becomes definitely a weird situation. And Bane is going to be the last ban out of Virtus.Pro. Somebody in chat saying that Dare did draft a Bane recently. I did not catch the game myself, unfortunately, but I wouldn't be too surprised, especially because DTS, which is now 3 of the 5 Dare players, very, very commonly played that here. They loved playing the Bane, really dices up the team fights, puts in a different element that most people aren't used to, at least at very high level Dota. Because Nightmare makes such a weird mechanic. I'm not saying it's a bad mechanic, but it's a mechanic that is unlike anything else in the Dota scene, so it can be really weird. If the Nightmare on somebody, then you have to decide whether you are sports to eat that, and, you know, weird stuff like that. As Dare is now going to draft up a Queen of Pain, so I remember, I think that was Bulba who told me that, who said that G only likes playing 3 heroes about. He likes Queen of Pain, he likes Invoker, was it Invoker? I can't remember now, I feel terrible. It was like Queen of Pain, Priest of the Moon, and Storm Spirit, I think. Those 3 heroes. Those were the heroes that he liked playing, and nothing else, so he's a very aggressive player, very, very talented player. But we'll see what he goes for. Alright, I'll be right back, guys. I need to get a Kleenex to blow my nose. I'll be right back. We won't miss anything anyways, right? And we missed nothing. Sorry about that. Just bad planning on my part. It's not wise, guys, to wake up and then drink a really warm drink 5 to 10 minutes before you're supposed to cast, because it loosens up all of your mucus and stuff, and then it just flows like a river, a gushing river, kind of like the Niagara Falls. A little bit less extreme, but still up there. So that is taken care of, and I didn't miss anything. I'm happy to see, other than a bunch of numbers turning down, which I think you guys have seen that before, right? And the next pick is going to be Sand King, so Virtus.Pro going for a reliable stun. This might be their supporter, and also gives them some good team fight, and some good possibilities, at least. The last pick for Dare is going to be a Beastmaster, which will give them that Roar, of course, and they will most likely solo the top lane. They could also send the Pig over to the Ancient Creeps and stack that up. I would not be too surprised about that one. But tea is empty. Alright. So one more pick to go from Virtus.Pro. What are they looking for? They have basically 3 farming heroes. They're most likely going to do a Leshrac Sand King lane. Definitely a very popular dual lane. Luckily for them, they didn't have to go all in on those picks. And Mirana is going to be their last pick. So I actually don't know who... I guess that's going to be... I actually don't know who's going to be playing the Mirana this game. Be interesting. Most likely they'll go Windrunner bottom. They'll do... they actually might do a tri-lane, actually. They might do a Sand King, Leshrac, Mirana tri-lane with Invoker mid and Windrunner bottom. Unless they do like a Sand King, Priest of the Moon top and like a Leshrac, Windrunner bot, which I don't expect them to do. That'd be weird. So I think they're almost going to have to tri-lane here. Kind of puts them in a weird spot because they basically have... They really do have 5 heroes that could be farmed if they really wanted to. I'm not really sure what they're going to go for, though. Alright. So for the Radiant team, this is Dare. M is going to be playing the Beastmaster. We have G playing the Queen of Pain, 333, which is Goblin, playing the Brewmaster. We have Artcell on the Shadow Demon, and F, who is Funnick, playing the Nature's Prophet. His team Dare recently restructured, so only 2 of the previous players from the previous Dare, most of their old teammates are now on the Dire team, who is currently Virtus.Pro. So Ennis currently used to be on Dare, he is playing Leshrac. We have Azen playing the Mirana. On the mid lane we have Dread playing Sanking, he used to be on Dare. Then we have Kuroki playing Invoker, he's going towards the mid lane. And finally Santa playing the solo bottom as the Windrunner, and he also used to be on Dare. So 3 of Dare's ex-teammates, pretty much their team that left is now on Virtus.Pro. They joined up with Kuroki as well as Azen to form an interesting roster, which is now primarily Russians. So definitely one of the teams to watch out for. Pretty excited to see them perform well. Both of these teams, though, definitely very talented, and I think both of them could do extremely well this game. Great job by Beastmaster. He killed all of the trees, caught them all. You basically stand here, you throw the axes to this point, and then you run to the right, and then the axes clear out all the trees. And now Beastmaster can sit right here and still see any ganks coming to him from the side. It's very important to kill the trees if you do end up soloing the hard lane. You could also stop this by just putting a ward down there, which is something that we saw Windrunner do. Santa did spend the wards. I don't know who's got the last ward, but with this ward up, it will be able to see the side trees here, and Windrunner is going to be pretty much fine. So, mid lane is going to be a Brewmaster for the Radiant team. Looks like we have Nature's Prophet soloing, or jungling that is, Queen of Pain on the bottom, so this kind of makes an interesting situation. Okay, I think it's going to be Artstyle playing the Shadow Demon, and he's going to be supporting the Brewmaster, and we are going to see a little bit of confrontation. The Sandstorm is going to run out in 5 seconds here, and then Dread is in a lot of trouble, actually, and there he starts running away. There's the DD from Artstyle, looking for disruption, and he almost casts it. Oh, he gets cut. Oh, it does finally get the vision, and that is going to be it for Dread, I think, and there's the clap and a couple more right clicks. First blood happens. Great play by Artstyle. Picked up that double damage, and Sanking's mistake was staying too long. He knew that the Sandstorm was going to run out. Level 1 Sandstorm only lasts so long, only lasts 20 seconds there, and once he grabbed that double damage and was able to get to the high ground, that put Sanking in the terrible spot. He probably should have maybe just tried running, perhaps. I don't know. It was a bad situation to be in, no question about that one. So now M is on the low ground currently. He's going to try to maybe stack these up and steal the camps if possible, but we have NS playing support to Azen. He will be able to do pulling to grab some EXP on this top lane. And Beastmaster backs off, takes a little bit of harass once again. There's F in the jungle, picks up a teleport level, so he'll help him gel. Oh, he's actually going to TP to the bot lane. They are going to go ganking on Santa. He's going to have to cancel and change his direction, but I think, yeah, Queen of Pain will get the last hit. He's like, alright, G has this. Great play by G. Don't know how that started off. Looks like they traded a lot of hits there, and Windrunner, only level 2, doesn't have as much viability as a Queen of Pain in the early game. They have pretty comparable armor here. Their damage is a little bit in Queen of Pain's advantage. And who has more agility? It's actually as well going to be Queen of Pain, so she has pretty much every advantage in the early game, other than the fact that Windrunner is really good for trading hits. So, interesting to see a Brewmaster up against a Invoker, and currently the Celestial's doing some good work blocking a lot of the damage that Kuroki is able to put out. Good base damage on him as well. And we're going to see Queen of Pain kill Santa again here. That was a TP this time from Nature's Prophet. Blink forward and a couple more nukes, and that puts Queen of Pain at a huge advantage. Here's the bottle. Bottle's going to be up now, and now Queen of Pain's in a terrible spot. Now, a lot of this is because Windrunner can't just dodge magic spells as easily as, physical attacks. If it was just a physical laner, she can always use Windrun before she dies, but Queen of Pain has great mobility, can blink forward, use those Scream of Pains offensively, goes right through Windrun, and her low HP, despite being considered a survivable hero, just puts her in a really dangerous spot. So, G making some nice plays in the bot lane. I wish I would have caught them. I'm sorry about that, but 3-0 currently, so Virtus.Pro definitely losing the game at the moment. We'll see what G decides to do here. He's just going to do a little harass, getting some last hits in. He does have an illusion up. He's going to go max Scream of Pain first with only 1 dagger. We do sometimes see people grab 2 levels of Shadow Strike, but usually that's against the mid lane, where you're trying to deny somebody's bottle. That works a little bit better. A little bit of missed last hit as he might think about diving this here. Continues to get last hits up to 12 and 2. There's the blink, there's the Scream of Pain, goes for the dagger as well, which will slow Santa down. The illusions are chasing, but a little bit on cooldown here, and he is going to right click. He might actually go back, and he's got a blink in 3 seconds. That could be Santa's death again. Oh, he actually decides against it. He was I think he could have gotten that one. I think he maybe should have gone in. I'm surprised he did not actually. The downside is that he would have been 2 towers deep after the Windrunner, and she's going to be forced back anyway, so I don't know. Kind of a hard choice. But I think he could have made that with a blink and a clap. But there's a clap. Actually, gank comes on Kuroki as well as another TP, and this looks terrible for Virtus.Pro. Sunstrike is going to land on Goblin here. but he ends up surviving, pops up a salve level 4 currently, so it's a currently 4-0 with Dare up against Virtus.Pro here. Very, very highly mobile heroes in the early game. Bad Treant spawn, only gets one. That is a mistake right there. Missing 2 Treants as we see Sandking pick off Arcel on the top rune. That was a Burrow Strike into a stun with a little bit of Edict on that one. As Brewmaster, continue to farm up to 1,300 gold. Very, very good gold counts as the gank comes around from the back. They probably want Dread to go first, but M has been disabled a little bit here. That was a mini stun coming out of somebody. He's going to use some axes. I love the axes here. Great play as Arcel shows up. This is actually going to be able to keep M alive, I think, and he does make it out with his last tank. So we see a Burrow Strike onto Arcel. Follow-up stun, but it's not going to happen. They miscommunicated a little bit there, and Dread and NS both going to separate a slight amount, as the Edict will do just a little bit of damage to the tower. Only level 1 Edict, so nothing huge here. But Arcel will pull the creep wave past. Definitely a huge TP there. And Virtus.Pro escapes a little bit as we see Brewmaster take a little bit of damage in the mid lane. He's got something coming. Is it going to be a bottle, or looks like it's going to be a bottle wand. Maybe just purchased a bottle. I'm not quite sure, but bottle very good for making him viable in the mid lane against a ranged hero, because he will take damage, and Clap is always going to be useful for getting last hits and harassing if possible. So love to see a bottle up on a Brewmaster against a melee target. You won't waste the HP component, you won't waste the magic component, or the mana component. Both would be very, very successful. And Nature's Prophet actually going for a Hand of Midas first, as Virtus.Pro is now really trying to guarantee their kill on the top lane. Still level 3 Leshrac. But they will clear out the creep wave. Does we have anything on M? Nothing yet. Looks like he is going for a Soul Ring. We'll be purchasing that. We do actually have a Dire Ward up trying to stop the jungle spawn. And this is something we've seen recently to try to shut down that Beastmaster and get really great farm. And there's the Edict. There's a Glyph as well. I don't think that's going to keep it alive, though, and I like what the Leshrac has done here. NS is just going to tank up the creep wave just a slight amount to guarantee they get the last hit, and here comes. It's going to be messed up. Oh, no, Mirana does get the last hit. A little bit of misplay, but ends up surviving. Arcel almost dies to a Sunstrike, actually, as Dread looking for a rune. He's going to find a DD and might come gank mid. He does not have his epicenter, of course, but Brewmaster sitting on an ulti. Arcel on the opposite side, and he's thinking about going in, waiting for support TPs, but nothing quite. I have no idea why I just saw Invoker there. That must have been where he died or something. And there's the TP coming in. Who are they going to jump on? Dread looking for the stun, but nothing quite yet. He's going to end up splitting. He splits through Panda ulti. And Panda looking for the disable. There's the disable as well as the follow-up stun. And Sandking gets picked off immediately. Now, might even see a jump on top of... Oh, that's the Radiant team. Okay. It's Dire Heroes that we are concerned about. Actually, Santa in kind of a weird spot, but no disable from 333. Not the best planning there. And he picks up a Arcane Boots, actually. Going for the last hit, and it's going to go down to Nature's Prophet, who picks up the last hit. A little bit of cast as Dread comes back in looking for a stun, but I think Arcel actually in a lot of trouble. Stun is going to miss on him. He might be able to sacrifice to Roshan, and he does end up sacrificing to him as we see Panda about to get NS, but it's not going to happen. Panda ends up sacrificing himself, so good play by Virtus.Pro. They're picking off 2 heroes. I think they still get gold, perhaps. I'm not quite sure. Aizen grabs the kill on the top lane on the Brewmaster. Actually treads with a Basilius early on here, and that was Beastmaster died. So Beastmaster with a Soul Ring, doesn't have boots yet, probably got arrowed, and a little bit of Leap Starfall puts him in a bad spot. But on the bright side for Dare right now, G has been doing very well in the bot lane. He's level 7 currently. I'm sure even Sandking is a little worried about this one. Bottle has 1 charge left, and she's actually going to TP to the mid lane. Apparently wants to kill KuroKy really bad, so going to shift there for just a second. And there's the blink forward. Unfortunately, KuroKy did end up backing up just a little bit, and he's going to throw 1 attack. I don't know if he's... Yeah, he is going to pursue it, actually. Pops another bottle charge. Nature's Prophet TP'd in. Here comes the Sprout. Goes on top of KuroKy. He does have 1 tango. A little slow, but there's the Scream of Pain. Looking for the ulti. A couple more hits, and they can't go for it. It was a little bit overreach there. If Nature's Prophet maybe would have TP'd immediately, it would have been a little bit different, but it looks like he only has 1 level of teleport, so maybe it's on cooldown or something. Not quite sure. Arcel can find a haste at least. Going to put a ward down. Wraithband comes to Aizen, so that will be his Ring of Aqua, a little bit of nice early advantage that you can grab from that item. Early Wraithbands are pretty fun, so. Now Sandking and Santa covering one another on the bot lane, so puts him a little bit more survival. G can't just have his way with these guys like he would be able to otherwise. And actually NS also here, so this is a 3-man gank possibility. G totally could get chainslayed. He's going to switch to Strength Treads, definitely what he needs right now. A little bit of extra HP could make the difference. The Santa is going really far around here. What are they? I'm really confused what they are doing here. I don't know if they're just unsure where they want to go, but I think they're waiting for a Nature's Prophet, and Nature's Prophet right now is going to get spotted. There's the Treants. Here's the first stun, follow-up stun on the way, and there it is on Nature's Prophet. Even a Sunstrike, and that is going to be it for F, and the last thing goes down to Sand King. Nice pick up there. The Treants at least were blocking a lot of the Edict damage, but Virtus.Pro is able to get the successful gank off, and now we see Panda come in for some revenge. They might be able to trap the heroes. Arcel's going to find one. He does eat one stun, though. I think he's be able to dodge the Nature's Pro, or the Leshrac disable at least. A couple more hits on Dread as we see some nice blocking. Dagger lands on Dread, though. Pops his wand up, and here comes the Scream of Pain clap as well. And it's going to put him down to low HP. He's going to stun through, but I think that's going to be it for him. A little bit of right click, and he picks off the kill. Brewmaster getting the last hit. There's the Sunstrike. Arcel almost runs into it. So close. Oh man, that was close. Sunstrike doing 225 damage. That would have been a kill. Shadow Demon would have died there if he wouldn't have hesitated a little bit. If he would have ran straight back to base, I'm sure Kuroki's a little sad about that one. So smart play by Artstyle. I assume he was thinking about that. He definitely had some interesting movements, so probably the case. And Windrunner going for our phase boots next, sitting on just a Blades of Attack at the moment. And let's look at the gold graph. So, 2k gold advantage for the Radiant team. Nothing massive. Only tower that has fallen is the mid tower. I'm sorry, mid and top. So they are equal on towers. So this means that Darrow has a, first of all, 3 kill advantage, of course, but a slight farm advantage on top of that. Because they have had a Nature's Prophet in the jungle the whole time. That means that they are farming 4 places at once instead of just the 3 that Virtus.Pro is doing. So, definitely an important distinction that will give them a very slight advantage in the early game. Now we do have Artstyle next to the bot tower. He actually doesn't have any regen though, and can they spot this? I think they realize that he's over here, and here's the, oh man, barely did not catch vision on him. That would have been very close. I'm surprised he hasn't gone back to base yet, but taking a sweet time in doing so. Going forward, Disruption as well as Soul Catcher this game. As Nature's Prophet is continuing to farm, he's got something on the way, and it's going to be 8 shreds. Woo! Midas into treads. 10 minutes though, that's really fast, guys. His farm rate has been excellent so far. And it's going to put his attack speed into kind of ridiculous levels for the early game here. And he has really good base damage, 77 here. So, he's got to be happy with this one. And now level 5, not 6 yet, but he does have that soul ring up with the magic stick. Virtus.Pro has been standing around a lot here, thinking about where they want to go. And we're going to see actually 2 TPs to the mid lane. Azen going there as well as Sand King. I don't know if that was a little bit of miscoordination or what, but obviously he's going to pick up level 6 from this at least. So Epicenter will be a possibility, as Beastmaster is doing what he does best, which is stacking up neutrals with axes, and he is going to pick up level 6 from that one. Doing some nice damage to these guys. We have a large dragon. No, that's a small dragon. Small dragon with no HP. And Blink Dagger already up on Brewmaster, as we do see a Smoke Gank. So it's going to be a Bracer with a Boots up on Shadow Demon, just as much early HP as possible. I love this choice. There's a Dire Ward down, which is not going to spot this, but they are going to be initiating into this. And if he can get the clap off on 3 heroes plus Panda Split, this could be huge for them. Artstyle looking for the Sable. He does catch the Leshrac. And here we go. Brewmaster thinking about going. There's the Blink. There's the ulti. And that is going to be it for NS, I think. Follow-up stun and a little bit of right click. Picks off that hero. They're going to be looking for maybe more chase, but the TP coming from Nature's Prophet was a little short here. And there's Storm looking for a Cyclone, but it's going to catch the the Windrunner, but that is a little bit farther, as we see a little bit of right clicking on the tower. But F is going to cast his Treants here, and now a little bit of right clicking going on. Power Shot does a pretty good damage here, but can Dare take the tower is the question. Tranquil Boots are up on the Beastmaster. Or Brewmaster. Blinks in, goes in on Kuroki, but it does get shackled. Cold Snap as well. Another disruption. He's in a ton of trouble. Great stun from Dread. Here comes the Epicenter. It does land down, and they are able to pick off the Brewmaster and even Beastmaster running into the side jungle, but no chance of him surviving. Great team fight from Virtus.Pro. Picks off 3 of Dare and really evening things up a bit. 9-8 currently. Such excellent play, and we're going to see a little bit of a dip down, and EXP graph as well finally working its way towards 0. It's going to be a nice advantage for them. G currently sitting on a Point Booster Treads, thinking about trying to kill one of these guys. He definitely has the burst damage. He's got the mana as well. Do 650 nuke damage, and is he going to do it? There's the ulti, catches 3, great kill. Picks off NS and blinks out immediately. Might come back in. We'll see. There's the salve. Dread wants more HP. It's going to get to 9. He's going to blink forward. There's this dagger first. Sunstrike, arrow. Oh, dares. She does get disrupted by Artstyle. Great play by Artstyle. The Scream of Pain gets the kill, and now G is trying to survive. Blinks away just in time. Artstyle needs this kill, but he's not going to get it. 2 or 3 hits. No, there's a blink back in. Brewmaster wants it. Is he really going to go for this? Nope. Not going to get it. Great plays by Dare, though. That disruption was huge from Artstyle. That was 100% a dead G if he did not disrupt him. Really showing the power of Shadow Demon. Stopping the chain of initiation. Don't let them time out their stuff, especially against an Invoker. Always just disrupt whoever does get the chain stun, because you know that Sunstrike is going to be on the way. So great plays so far from both teams, but currently 11-8, and that's going to put them back to where they were a second ago, with a slight EXP and farm advantage. So Nature's Prophet is going for the mech next. I love this choice. Goes for that Hand of Midas to really increase his farm so he can semi-carry later, but still focuses on the early game, which is grabbing up that mechanism. Definitely will give him some good early game viability. Global TP with a heal, yeah, that's a good thing. Put that anywhere, as we see Beastmaster continuing to grab up that farm there. Picks up a level 8 now, and if we check his gold per minute, see how that is affecting him. Despite not doing so great, he's actually very, very low right now. 224 gold per minute is pretty terrible. Almost as bad as the support in Shadow Demon. But we'll recheck this in a second. We'll see what it ends up being later. But he's going to go to the bot lane. He knows that the push is coming. Level 8 currently with 1 level of Inner Beast. His HP is not that great. He's going to buy an Urn as well. The tower is taking the damage. There's the glyph. Level 3 Edict is going to mostly be nullified here. Still takes a little bit of damage though. And we will see the Greater Hawk spawn. And Nature's Prophet's going to pop an ulti. Here comes the forward TP by Shadow Demon. Is he going to get the Sable off? He wants to catch Red, but I don't know if it's going to happen. Oh, I hear a Sprout on somebody, and it's going to be the ulti going on top of Sanking as he does eat the Soul Catcher. There's the blink, but Disruption actually missing him there. He takes damage within that, as well as the Burrow Strike, and one more hit to go down, but I think he's going to be able to survive. Barely escaping there by Dread. Very, very nice play, but NS going to get caught. There's the Roar. M's going to eat an arrow, looking for Sunstrike perhaps, but not going to happen, as Brewmaster was thinking about jumping in. Did have his ulti with plenty of mana here, but it's not going to happen. So Dare just takes the one kill, only gets the Leshrac, doesn't grab the Sanking as well. As we see a pause coming out of Brewmaster. A little bit of pause from Artstyle as we see G on the top lane. Looks like he is about to take a tower. 13 HP, I think he's got this one. And he is about 1.5k away from his Aghanim Scepter. Now, the Aghanim Scepter is really strong on Queen of Pain. It increases the damage, but most importantly is the cooldown. So if we look at the skill here, 135 seconds cooldown for that ulti. Once you grab the Aghanim Scepter, it goes down to like 35 seconds. Or 70 seconds at level 2, what he's currently at. So if he picks this off, he shaves so much time off of this. The ulti, you can pop into just clear creep waves. You can say, oh, this is a giant wave ulti. 35 seconds later, ulti again. It makes Queen of Pain much more viable in short-term pushes. It's a really, really great item. So, there's the last hit from G, picks that up a little bit, 450 gold about from that, 1200 now, so he's about 800 away from his Aghanim Scepter finishing. Now they're pressuring the bot tower, so Virtus.Pro definitely in kind of a weird spot. They kind of need Windrunner to be here to counter push this, and she is going to TP forward actually, as we see some axes, and Dara is going to back out. That was even a smoke being casted. Interesting choice. I like that though. You can cast a smoke and then TP somewhere and nobody will be able to see what it is unless you reveal the smoke. But in the meantime, Leshrac is well Sanking, looking to maybe try to kill G on the top lane as he is pressuring the tower, but they need to get the first stun off. If they don't get the stun off, they're not going to get the kill. And she blinks out just in time. Wow, just perfectly reacting to that one. Don't know if she even realized that they were around, but she's going to TP out then. G goes to the bot lane. And we will see Dare pop their own smoke, actually. And going to try to pick off a kill in the bot lane. I love this play. If they can kill Ace in here, they're going to have a good shoe into taking this tower. And there's the initiation. They do pop the demonic Purge as she leaps away. 7-second cooldown as the clap comes out. Axes as well. Soul Catcher gets the kill. So Priest of Moon goes down, and now they're going to try to take the bot tower. But in the meantime, Nature's Prophet on the mid lane gets dropped. He did have his mech up, but 4 heroes there. Easy kill. Burrow Strike stuns. And they might trade this tier 2 for the tier 1, which would be a good trade for Dare right now. So there's the axes pushing things out just a little bit more. A little bit of right click coming. Nature's Prophet obviously not able to show up, but they have pretty good right click for most of these heroes right now, so it's not a huge deal. And it looks like Virtus.Pro apparently, are they going to push forward? This Leshrac is really by far the heaviest pusher on their team. And there's the Edict damage coming through. That's going to do a ton of damage to that tier 1. I'll watch the bot tower as well. Low right clicks continue. Panic can always split if you really, really need to. As Arcel's looking for the Disable, they are going to be able to get the tower, possibly grab Windrunner as well. There's the Soul Catcher. There's the Roar Santa making a mistake, and the tier 1 tower goes down, but the arrow is going to come through, landing on nothing there. And the great disruption from Artstyle really starting that thing off. Queen of Pain on an unstoppable streak now. Surely has enough money for the Aghanim Scepter. And there it is. Blade of Alacrity plus a Staff of Wizardry. We'll finish that out. And now we're going to see ultis very, very often coming out of G. We'll see what he goes for next. I think a Sheep might be up his ally. Maybe even something like a Black King Bar wouldn't be terrible. Might want maybe some kind of mana regen item first, but they do have some really, really nasty disables on Virtus.Pro, so I think that might be wise for him to grab a BKB at some point in this game. So Now let's check some graph. We're up to a 5k advantage now. 6k is that? Yes, about 6k advantage for Dare at the moment. EXP graph looking the same, still climbing up a little bit. Not as massive as the gold graph at this point. Artstyle running past a DD actually. Might grab that one. Does he even have vision of that? Yeah, he does. Okay, so he's going to let G pick that one up, bottle that up. The DD will give him some really nice damage output in the upcoming team fights as the Arcanes used by Brewmaster also going for an Aghanim Scepter. And we can look at individual farm totals right now. M is continuing to do his pulling. He's currently up to 244 gold per minute. Once again, not very massive, but not bad either. And a big creep wave push actually on the top lane. As G's going to blink into that one, clear that out just fine. Lots of gold for him, up to 1200 already, despite just finishing his Aghanim Scepter. And overall items, in case I'm missing anything, looks like Windrunner has a hood at the moment, phase boots as well, 4 staff on Invoker. Mirano with an Ultimate Orb is going for that Manta style most likely, and Sanking with Arcane Boots. So mech on Nature's Prophet, but we've seen that before. And everything else we have also spotted. Point Booster on Beastmaster, I really like this choice actually. He's definitely been missing a little bit of HP. This will boost up his mana pool as well, and he goes for the Roar, gets a long range disable. It's kind of a nice substitute for having a Blink Digger while still making you tanky. It's obviously more expensive, but kind of an interesting choice that you can go for. So, a little bit of Urn usage. Nice guy. Beastmaster, or yeah, Beastmaster. Ugh, it's so scary with the same game, I always mess it up. And on the bot lane, Aizen is farming up 1600 gold at the moment. Both players, or all the players on both teams, are really just playing really passive right now. Santa may be looking for something to happen, but doesn't quite have his pipe yet. That's going to be his go-to. And Leshrac is playing mass support, just double bracer with a wand. So this is the unfarmed Leshrac like I was talking about, guys. If you don't have a good farming lane, you won't be able to get the Bloodstone. You're going to have to say, well, bracers it is. They'll buy as many bracers as possible. Just increase your mana pool, your HP, and a little bit of armor as well, which will help out. But he's not going to be very farm this game. He's going to be looking around to do stuff. He's going to go try to control this region. He's going to run into Artstyle. Actually, Artstyle going to spot out. There's the disable as well as the Soul Catcher. Might be able to get this kill. There is going to be fall. Actually, does not ulti. Okay, there's the ulti coming out from Manas. There's the blink stun. The blink clap, that is. And he gets picked off immediately. So just wrong place, wrong time for Anis there. Artstyle spots him out by the bot rune. Easy kill for Shadow Demon there. Going for Bracer as well as a Treads, and we might see the push coming from Dare now, since they did get a guaranteed kill off. That's only NS, which is arguably one of the weakest heroes left over, but Santa's going to get caught. He ends up eating one Tango to get out of the Sprout as Kuroki is showing up. There's the 4-staff from him. Does not want to get caught. He does have a double Forge Spirit at least. He's going to try to slow down the push by just a little bit, but they have so much pushing power, especially the DD up on the Queen of Pain. There's a Void Stone now, so most likely will be the Sheepstick, and they take the tier 2 tower. Are they going to shift top as well? Pinging towards the top rune, but nothing is there. 4-staff is finished on Nature's Prophet now. He is using that Hand of Ice to get some EXP advantage from the large Dark Troll. And somebody needs to get out. It's going to be Dread. He TP's out. Burrow strikes into the trees. 1400 gold, so he's about 500 away from his Blink Dare. And once he grabs that, we're going to see Epicenters coming out from him. And there's actually a decent amount of squishy players. Artstyle especially, down to 1000 HP. Even Nature's Prophet is really not that survivable right now. Mostly sitting on support items and some really good attack speeds. So a little bit of Sprout just to double check to make sure that Sanking wasn't hanging out over there, I guess. Sprout does give you some really, really nice unobstructed vision. As Santa is going to power shot the creep wave to slow it down just a little bit, but I don't think it's going to really be enough. As Virtus.Pro is thinking about fighting, this Forge Spirit's coming in, looking for the Sable. We see the Cold Snap on top of Artstyle, the clap on 333. Arrow lands as well. This could be terrible for Brewmaster, even the Starstorm, and the Meteor is going to pick off 2 arrows. Virtus.Pro winning this team fight by just a little bit. They're actually trading 2 for 2 as Santa now takes the Roar, and they clean up the rest. So despite that great start from Virtus.Pro in that team fight there, the Queen of Pain ulti just ripped through. We saw the Roar as well as the Nature's Prophet, and that cleaned up a lot of heroes. As we see a TP coming in on Dread, but the Sprout, it's not going to happen. But Dread is going to be able to, or I'm sorry, F is going to be able to slow down the whoop push. So I thought for sure we're going to see Dare lose that team fight. Brewmaster got chain disabled, got killed, no ulti. Shadow Demon also got caught, but Invoker was jumped on, and Windrunner died, and I think Leshrac as well went down quite fast. So Virtus.Pro surprisingly not win that one. I guess Sanking must have been pushing mid, because there's no way that he team fought there and was also down here at the same, or shortly after. So most likely the case there, as we see a Blink Dagger up on Sanking. So here comes Blink stuns, Blink Epicenter. He's still pretty low HP, just has an Arcane Boots and a Wand, and no stat levels currently, but may see that after the fact. Try to get his survivability as well as his mana pool up just a little bit here. Mirano with a Manta style right now, and it's 18 to 11 right now, with Dare continuing their advantage. 40k versus 30k, so they have a 10k advantage right now. Definitely looking good for them as the Gem of True Sight on the Shadow Demon is already completed here, looking for NS, and we're going to see a little bit of stuff going on. He is going to find that ward immediately, and that is a unlucky pickup. Unlucky loss there for NS, dropping the Observer Ward just as the gem comes forward. But a very, very aggressive gem, something that we do see Artstyle doing sometime. And if you think about it, they now have a little bit better map control as a result. The Observer Ward that was going to cover Roshan, he now doesn't have to waste sentries on it. He just buys a gem. It'll help them against the Sand King, it'll help them against the Priest of the Moon ulti, and even Invoker if he decides to try to go Ghostwalk. But right-clicking now on the Roshan, there is no medallion up on Beastmaster. He went for different items. Hood is picked up, so he might just go Point Booster into Pipe, which would be a cool choice. Definitely a smart option. Is Brewmaster not sitting on his Aghanim Scepter quite yet? Still about 1k away. He's 1.1k away. I'm assuming that's his Ogre Club on the Courier. Ultimate Orb now of Nature's Prophet. His farm rate must be ridiculous. He is at 462. He's been doing very, very well in terms of farming. G is actually going to clear up this creep wave. It might be a sheep. It might be... Oh, he blinks into the Sunstrike. Pretty funny. But there it goes down. Here comes the Epicenter. He's going to blink in, jump on 3, Burrow Strikes on 4. But unfortunately, he actually Burrow Strikes a little bit far away. It's a chain stunning. Shackle on Brewmaster. Can they kill the Brewmaster? It's going to be close. He might get the split off. And he is going to end up surviving with the mech there. Only person that has died is Leshrac. G actually also goes down as another power shot lands on Brewmaster. He's got to be so careful here. And Dare now pressuring up. Trying to catch some more heroes as Sprout comes in looking for the there's the Sprout, there's the Blink in, Scream of Pain as well. Does get Cold Snap, really bad for G here as the Sunstrike as well gets a kill. Dare G runs right into that one. Shackle does not land his art style as we see the Blink Clap. This could be it for 2 of Virtus.Pro here. They're going to drop the Windrunner first and looking for possibly the Priest of the Moon, but she does end up surviving. Now going on Kuroki, there is the Cyclone. Here's the follow-up stun. Dispel any second here. Stun, he force steps up to the high ground. Great play by Kuroki, gets him out of danger now. And it looks like Brewmaster's going to have to run away. Kuroki is on the aggression, though. There's the Cold Snap on top of M as we see the Soul Catcher. Artstyle might die from this one. 1 hit, 2 hit. Artstyle is going to end up surviving while the missed chance. Great play from Brewmaster ends up keeping him up as the Starstorm comes through. There's the Burrow Strike on 2 heroes. Drop as NS is also trying to escape. Aizen wants this killed. Arrow in about 13 seconds. And Sand King with a blink in 3. And there's the Manta Split. There is the blink forward coming for the stun. Burrow Strike in on M. There's the Sunstrike as well. And they will pick off the kill. Great team fight from Virtus.Pro. Crazy action there. First, man, I thought Virtus.Pro was going to lose that. Did they buy back or something? I don't even know if they buy back. It doesn't look like they bought back. He killed the Queen of Pain. That was a huge play there. Brewmaster got the Windrunner. And then Sand King came back after the epic chases. 4 staff to the high ground. They fought here. They chased all the way up this way and eventually caught the Brewmaster on the way out. So great plays by Virtus.Pro. Let's see how that affects the graph. It's a little EXP advantage going to the Dire team, so they definitely won that team fight, but only a slight gold advantage. So they are still behind on gold here, which puts them in a scary spot. Queen of Pain also very, very close to her Sheep Stick, which once she grabs that, absolutely amazing ganking hero. Blink in, Sheep, cast all of your spells, especially when your ulti has a 40-second cooldown. We're talking about really scary amounts of ganking, so Aizen's going to have to be careful. Santa's going to have to be careful, especially Kuroki with a little bit of back off, playing that Invoker. He's actually got a Black King Bar, a very smart choice, so Radiant team also very, very heavy on magic nukes as well as magic disables, so I think that is a very smart choice, and they are coming for him with a little bit of smoking. It's going to be Artstyle as well as Queen of Pain here. If they can get this gank off, it's going to be really scary for him, but will he react in time is the question. I think if he gets disrupted here, he can just BKB, and he's just going to Phase Staff. Or Force Staff, sorry. Phase Staff, that would be sweet. Phase Boots and Force Staffs away from danger. Doesn't even have to waste his BKB, their 10-second duration. If he did get ulted or something, we could probably see him use it. But Triple Bracer now up for Leshrac. Still looking pretty well. Do we still have the gem? Yeah, Shadow Demon did not lose the gem there. That's very important that he didn't die. So, and M is still stacking up these Ancients, just not giving up on this. He's got that pipe now finished, so great items for him. Lots of regen. Such a weird sound to hear that hit like 4 things at the same time. Definitely breaks my ears a little bit, as Dare is now looking for kills once again on the top lane, so 500 gold away from that sheep. You guys ready for that sound? Oh, it wasn't as bad. No problem. As he's now actually doing a lot more reckless. Wow, so much damage being done. Look at this. Doesn't even have a Stout Shield anymore. Not that that would really block a whole lot of these guys' damage, but big damage coming out of them. Greater Boar will tank that up just a little bit. Here's the Urn as well. G on the low ground, just looking around a little bit as Virtus.Pro doing similar things, just farming out Ancients right now. Spending a lot of time next to each other. They know either team is going to be doing some ganking, so as we see a smoke coming from NS, so there's a smoke. Radiant team, I don't think they caught it actually. Let's look at their ward vision. They did not. They smoked up right here. They might have been able to see a little bit of smoke coming this way if they were looking, but I don't believe they were, so I didn't see any pings, so Dare has no idea what is going on. But Dare is going to have some double sheep sticks. They are going to find 333 in the jungle looking for the arrow. He's almost splits out. Tries really, really hard, but does not get it off. And Virtus.Pro ends up getting the Brewmaster killed. And he does have his Aghanim Scepter. So either way, his farm is not severely delayed. Look at his reliable gold. He actually didn't lose all of his gold there anyways, so couldn't have been that terrible for him, but a slight gold advantage, or at least EXP advantage going to Virtus.Pro. Wow, look at that jump down. That is amazing. That team fight was so huge for EXP. Really evening things up a lot there. Artcell in the mid lane. And how's G doing? Yeah, there's the side of the Vice finish, so he's got that sheep stick ready to go. No regen really at the moment, other than his mana regen, of course. But see what he grabs next. I think something like a Shivas is perhaps a possibility. I'm not quite sure. What do you think we could see? Could see an Orchid maybe. Maybe a Veil is actually probably pretty realistic. Veil does increase most of his damage that he does. Nature's Prophet picks up on the side of this Vice now. So now is when Dare is going to be most strong for a while, actually. They don't have a late game hard carry, but they have a Sheep Stick on Queen of Pain, and they have a Sheep Stick on Nature's Prophet. That is such a valuable ganking tool. Really messes up people. They don't expect to get hexed, and then it happens, and then they get hexed again, and then they die. And that's usually what we see. Murano going for a Demon Edge, most likely doing a MKB. Yeah, most likely will be an MKB, especially against a Brewmaster. Very important. He gives a lot of mischance off. He has evasion and stuff, so I think we'll see an MKB up on the Priest of the Moon. Should probably need a BKB after that fact, especially with all these sheep sticks up. It's going to be disabled a lot for the rest of the game. And Santa finally finishing his Pipe of Insight. He's about 100 gold away from that, but he'll get it shortly as the rest of Virtus.Pro comes to cover him, as we actually see all the Dare going up the mid lane. They're going to hex on KuroKy. There's the clap slow on top of him. Soulcatcher not using it, but it doesn't matter. He still gets picked off, and that is the power of the Blink side of the Vice. They actually both use their sides there. Double hex on top. It was actually Nature's Prophet going first, I think. Yes, it was. Nature's Prophet went first, followed up with the Queen of Pain. Now they're pushing the mid tower. Dread's coming through. He's going to blink in. Here comes the Epicenter. Only catches one here, actually, doing a decent amount of damage as the pipe comes. The ulti from G misses a lot of heroes as Santa's forced back from the stun, and Dread is going to pay for that one with his life. A little bit early there, and Virtus.Pro actually just doesn't really have the best team fight. Was it the best? Was it a good idea to go in? I don't know if it was, but they kind of had to team fight that. Otherwise, they were going to lose the racks no matter what. So they team fight it, they lose another hero, and Aizen's trying to slow this down a little bit as the Panda ulti is finally about to run out here. And it is going to time out as 333 might go in on the Cyclone. We'll see. He's thinking about an art style, maybe, as well as we see a pause. G's going to disconnect from the game. Slightly walks back to base, so we're going to see a very, very short break here, I'm sure. So I think I'm going to run a commercial, guys. Thanks for tuning in. We'll be back in just a second with the rest of this game. Don't go anywhere. Alright, so let's take a look at a couple things here. We, of course, have the Gold Graph, 10k advantage. It looks really good for Dare right now. Definitely likely to take down that barracks. Melee barracks as well as the range barracks definitely getting very, very low. Virtus.Pro unlikely to cover this, I think. We're going to see the resume as Dare's art style comes forward. Here's the unpause. Now going on the melee barracks as he has reconnected. There's a roar immediately on NS as well as the blink clap. They were ready to kill Leshrac there. Totally as they jump on Santa as well as the Hex. And the Soul Catcher results in his death so easily there. Even G looking like he will get A's, and he does pick off the kill. Great play by Queen of Pain. I don't know what that means, but probably something like you guys were totally ready to jump on that or something. I don't even know. And the mid-racks goes down, so big advantage coming out of Virtus.Pro now from this early game position. And now even going toward the bot lane. As we see the blink initiate, G is going to take the... Wow, they're actually going to defend the Stephanie Blast goes down. Queen of Pain drops as well as Virtus.Pro is chasing, looking for the pipe. Pipe goes down, Artstyle pretty low HP, still has that gem, does not want to get picked off. And Virtus.Pro probably shouldn't fight this. They still have two heroes down, and there's going to be the blink initiate. Hex goes on KuroKy as Artstyle is going to get dropped, and he does disrupt himself to give him a little bit more time as we see the 4-step on the high ground. Dread trying to get Artstyle, but he's just not going to. We're still on cooldown, and nothing happens. G ends up getting killed. There's the Sunstrike, and the Forged Spirit's getting the last hit at least. So gem is on the ground, but is going to be picked up by G. So he does have that gem now. As we see a stun, Invoker drops again, and now Brewmaster running away. There's the ulti on NS, and a solo HP, but pops his wand as well as a nice mech pipe on top of NS. There's a stun, lands on G. He's getting low HP. Here comes the Starstorm as well. He's getting low HP. He's looking for the blink, but no, gets picked off. Gem of True Sight on the ground. M is going to make it out. Double TPs all over the place. Gem getting back to base, and NS survives that one. We're going to see Brewmaster backing out, 600 HP left over, so they were only able to get 1 Rax. They did pretty good damage to the bot tier 3 tower, but currently 28 to 19, and they're really exerting their advantage here. 10k EXP. This is the EXP graph, guys, not the gold graph. Gold graph is 14k advantage, which is massive in this situation. Now, we could maybe see Virtus.Pro win this late game because they do have a Priest of the Moon, but it's looking scary. The problem is that Dare also has pretty good late game. They have a Queen of Pain who can semi-carry the late game. They also have a Nature's Prophet who's currently going for Crystallis, going for crit damage here. And those are going to be able to do as much carry potential as a Priest of the Moon can in the later game. So, especially when Priest of the Moon doesn't even have her MKB yet. She really would need to have like an extreme killing spree or something to be able to outcarry them at this point, because she simply can't farm as fast. If we compare the numbers, 386 gold per minute, that's not bad at all. Aizen's been doing a fine job, but he hasn't been dominating this game. And that's kind of what you need to keep up with Nature's Prophet and farm. He's at 538, and Nature's Prophet has been doing very well. He's 3 and 15, lots of assists, but crap loads of farm, 218 last hits. So, Aizen hasn't been doing well enough to be able to outcarry these heroes. Even Queen of Pain at 473. Crazy last hits. Brewmaster also doing very well. And just really, really good farming rates by all of the players on Dare at the moment. So, now NS level 11 has 3 braces as well as the magic wand. Santa is phase boots. He's got that pipe up, but they do have the gem at least, so they finally have that gem advantage. I don't know if we purchased a new one. Art style, it's actually going for a blink dagger instead. I like this transition here. Very, very smart choice for a Shadow Demon, especially when he's playing to support Shadow Demon. Initiating, getting that first disruption off, getting your ulti off is so important. And you can actually also disrupt yourself. If you're taking a bunch of damage, dodge for 2.5, pop the disruption and blink out. Could see that as well from him. It would be really fun to see. But a little bit of pings on Roshan. They might go jump on this in a second. Dread is going to kill at this creep wave. But Virtus.Pro definitely on the back foot here. We have an ultimate orb up on Invoker, but no Sheepstick quite yet. And still just a Demon Edge up on Mirana. So really not major damage coming out of her just yet. They are thinking about initiating. There's actually a Radiant Observer Ward over here, which they could kill. They just go up on the high ground. They have the gem, so as they turn the corner here, they're going to catch. This is a brand new ward. Actually, did they spot it? I don't think they did. Nature's Prophet ulti coming through, and they realize there is a ping. They say, okay, there's got to be a ward here or something. And there's the arrow going to scout things out. Roshan is not being taken, so Virtus.Pro is aware at least. But Dare's just going to go in for the push, I think. They drop a sentry ward down. Make sure that they can spot the Priest of the Moon if they do pop the ulti. And the Borg drops. There's the power shot, actually. It's going to be just a regular push here. Looking for the Shackle on Queen of Pain. Doesn't land. Lightning trying to slow down the push as well, but only a level 3 Lightning right now as the tower is taking the damage from the low guard. Just a little bit of right-clicking from G. And it is going to survive, actually, but down to 87 HP. We'll see if they deny it. I think they're going to leave it up just for now. Every little push effort is going to help. Aghanim Scepter up on the Brewmaster, and here comes the Priest of the Moon ulti, but they have the sentry up. They see what's happening. A couple pings looking for the initiation, and there's the Burrow Strike. Stun goes down on Queen of Pain as they blink out. Panda goes in, splits off. Lightning going everywhere as another Shackle lands, catching G to the other here. NS drops as well as G now trying to pick off Dread. A little bit of Dagger disables a little bit. He Burrow Strikes out. Kuroki trying to escape as well. Needs to stay alive. Great Deafening Blast disabling everybody for a couple seconds as a Shackle almost lands on Art Style. Could have been his death there. Santa actually going a little bit too far forward. But we have Priest of the Moon up in the air looking for the Hex. He does get Hex, and a little bit of right-click picks off the Priest of the Moon. He's going to have to buy back, and he does buy back immediately. There's the Ice Wall down, trying to slow down the pursuit. As we see the Blink Clap going down from Brewmaster. Wants to kill Kuroki, but I don't think he can. There's the Ghost Walk now, as they try to Shackle on M. They actually catch G here. A little bit of right-click going down on G now, as we see Nature's Prophet right-clicking Aizen. This could be Aizen's second death, and that is a lot of focus fire. He goes down too far forward. Kuroki trying to do everything that he can, but he's on cooldown for Invoke. Another Cold Snap goes down on top of Nature's Prophet, but I don't think he's going to be able to get killed. There's Force Staff. Actually, he will be able to do it. It gets roared at the last second, but that is going to be his death. Another ulti comes out of G. 40-second cooldown. Huge mana regen right now, and I think we're going to see Dare take the second Rex on the bot tower. 36-minute game right now. NS trying to defend as we see another Burst Strike goes in, tries to get G. There's the Axes. Nothing yet. Dread gets picked off. G, the Lightning gets the kill. Looking for the stun, and he goes down, picking off 2 heroes as NS is now running away. Using that Edict up, but they are chasing and they are tanking. NS is going to get dropped. Santa grabs the Sentry Ward at least. and still coming back in, trying to pick off the Panda. Cold snap, and that is it. Panda goes down, and Virtus.Pro is going to defend it. But how many buybacks did it cost? That was so many buybacks coming out of them. They're even going to catch the Brewmaster here, I think. He's going to look for the Roar. He does have the Roar, so looking for the Roar. Goes silent, and now axes Virtus.Pro Dread. There's the BKB on Kuroki, but that's going to stop a lot of the damage. But the right click is huge coming out of these heroes, and he is just absolutely eating it. Here comes the 4-step, and too late, unfortunately, for him. No Ghost Walk. I don't know if he misinvoked or what, but queued up that Cold Snap, and it was not the spell they needed. There's the Blink for it, and once again, another Blink stun from Dread. There's a Starstorm and an ulti as well. Great Shackle on top of G, and the right-click power shot, and they pick off another kill. This is such a crazy game, just barely holding it off by Virtus.Pro. They are doing so well. All the lanes are pushed to the Nature's Prophet ulti, obviously helping a lot against that, but 35 to 25 right now, and it's a 15k and climbing gold advantage. There's the EXP advantage, pretty massive here from the Radiant team, and Dare is playing so well. These team fights are just not quite one-sided enough here for Dare to end the game. Once they take a second Rax, it's most likely going to be pretty close to the end. Santa does deny the tier 3 tower. It was probably very, very low, but Dare now has the map control to just take the Roshan uncontested. The Greater Hawk is spotting things out on the high ground just to make sure that Virtus.Pro doesn't try to mess this up, but they are on the way now. There's the Observer Ward going down, and Dare is going to back off immediately. Do you see double damage up on the Nature's Prophet? So now you can crit even harder with that Crystallis. He's going to actually teleport to the top lane and now do a little bit of counter pushing. This is something the Nature's Prophet can do that is absolutely annoying here. I love how he sprouted the trees away. That's pretty cool. He was actually trapped in the trees. That's why he did that. And now Virtus.Pro is going to try to take it. And they say, okay, well, Nature's Prophet went top. We have to do this now. He's got 6-second cooldown on the TP. And how fast can they take it? They're doing really good damage here. And here comes Dare. It's going to put them in a bad spot. There's the Mantis Split. There's the Epicenter coming right in. Jumps on top of 2 heroes. Sunstrike as well on top of M, doing a ton of damage. They might pick off M before he gets his ulti off. They do get the kill, but Leshwick does pay for it as Brewmaster is thinking about splitting here with now just a little bit of right click from Virtus.Pro. Looking for the disable. Shackle shot does land on Brewmaster. He's down to 600 HP. There's the power shot. There's the burst strike. They pick him up. Brewmaster gets picked up. Artstyle on the high ground. And this is going to allow Virtus.Pro to take the Roshan. I think G is still on the high ground though. Could pop an ulti and initiate if he wants to, as Azin is thinking about it. Kuroki's going to try to disable, looking for the disable, does do the tornado, and that's going to stop F from teleporting for just a little bit of time here. Might be in a little bit of trouble. Does have a 4-staff though. A little bit of engagement on the bot lane as Santa eats the Soul Catcher, looking for a stun on Artstyle. Power shot, arrow gets the kill, and Virtus.Pro actually winning out here. Santa drops though. Great ulti from G. Another Burrow Strike lands as we see Panda coming back with some vengeance here and Sanking just right click down. And it looks like Dare is going to be able to take the building. Was that a buyback? Yeah, Panda did buy back there after his loss. Picks up a Vlad's as well. A little bit of lifesteal. And there's the TP coming in from F. Killing those illusions as they're going to right click Roshan. Here comes the Sunstrike, at least doing big damage. Arrow coming through as well. It is going to land on Panda, but Queen of Pain picking up the Aegis, and Dare is able to continue their advantage here. Gem is up, Aegis to the Immortal as well, and he's going to find an Invis. Going to be looking for a kill now, possibly a push. Gold Graph actually coming back down towards Virtus.Pro. They had some, oh my god, look at the amount of deaths here. It's the most compacted team fighting ever. It's crazy buybacks. But they are coming back a little bit. EXP advantage is back towards their favor a little bit. Gold Graph is leveled off though, and that is not the worst thing in the world, but Virtus.Pro really needs a major carry to come out here, and Azin still is not able to grab his MKB. He's about 700 gold away. He's not able to farm right now. They've just been absolutely team fighting constantly. This is all they can do at the moment. So now G is just waiting for someone to show up here if possible, but NS as well as Azin both back off by quite a ways. And we will see Brewmaster push forward as well. Shadow Demon. Blake Dagger Medallion, definitely very, very single target oriented. Shadow Poison also very good for giving sight range, as we're going to see NS coming from the back. There's the Shackle, jumps down, he comes to channel the Epicenter, he does get disruptured or whatever. There's the run, NS drops immediately as Kuroki takes an ulti. There's the Blade Mail by M, but Kuroki trying to run away, pops the BKB, there's the Deafening Blast, but the right click is so heavy here, and Nature's Prophet picks him off. Right click damage is just so incredible now. Azin very, very close to his MKB actually, but does leap away as soon as the sprout happens. Disruption is what I was trying to say. As Santa is going to try to TP out, there's disruption once again from Artstyle. Now we're going to see Windrunner most likely just get right click down. Pops a Windrun. Actually, he's running away here. There's the arrow on top of the Nature's Prophet. Force Spear's doing a little bit of damage here. Azin wants to kill. There's a Starstorm, but he is going to TP out, I think, looking for the support. And there's the Screaming Pain as well. Santa's still running away from this, but the Hex is going to guarantee your death there. As the stun comes out of SK, not going to be in time though. Disruption on the Priest of Moon, and they're just going to right-click some barracks here. There's the Hex. I think Azen is trapped, and he does not have a leap. He's Hex. There's the leap. Oh, it's going to be... Oh, he gets killed just barely. He was so close to that MKB, and another ulti picks off the Sand King. That just might be it. The bot Rex is going to drop finally. 4 heroes are dead. Buyback. Nope, that's it. Virtus.Pro. Good game, and we're going to see Dare take the win in this crazy 42-minute game here. A little bit of disruption on art style, and Dare playing an excellent game. Virtus.Pro doing the exact same thing. Really, really great plays from both teams. Awesome heroes, and they totally deserve the win there. So Ancient is going to be picked off. An awesome play by Dare. So thanks for watching, guys. I will be back in a second. I have a bunch more games to cast today. I believe we're going to see Gods cover the next 2 Star Series matches, but I will be playing some pub games with you guys if you're interested. I'll give you the instructions in a second. If you want to see more from me, go check out my website, purgegamers.com. Also, go check out ghostygamers.net for all of your esports and GhostyBet coverage. If you guys want to bet on matches like this, go do it. It's super easy to do. Go find the GhostyBet listings in the bottom right corner of the website, and you can place some tangos, or branches, I believe. I think branches is what we bet on for Dota 2. So go bet your branches, guys. See if you can win. If you think you know who's going to win the games. It's really, really fun to do. And I'll be back in a second. Thanks for watching.